late, I guess.
Joe, we're rolling at 12 o'clock.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1832, August 17th, 2026. Boy, they had a hot summer in 1947.
What was the record?
She was a hot one. They hit 100 degrees on this day in 1947 and 42 degrees on this day in 1962. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
All right.
Hail you!
We didn't have this problem last week.
Oh, Chris, you're going to have to live up to
Are you
that.
kidding me?
I'm not. I restarted everything. What happened?
Oh, for God's sake.
Hail the flashlight, gang.
No,
Hail you!
go back to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You want to go there? It was a lot of fun.
Hey, what was that record?
Gabe, will you press the right button in here?
That's the close.
quick show.
Somebody do something.
That's the close. Here's the open.
Why
Time flies by
don't
when
you
you're having fun.
do something?
Remember how dumb you used to be?
Just start the show.
Yeah?
I honestly, I reset everything like I do every freaking day that I
You
work.
better now?
Honest to God.
Go ahead. How are you?
I am pleased to know, I did not know, that Bonnie Tyler, who, John, I think you covered her old bit in the news. You didn't do Freddie Boom Boom Cannon, but you did.
Wow.
You did Bonnie Tyler. Nothing but a heartache.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I think Kenny actually covered
Well,
it because he
I-
asked me about it and I didn't have it.
I am pleased to know she's from Wales.
Yeah.
Are you
But
normal?
I'm additionally pleased to know that she's from Mumbles, Wales. The name of the town is Mumbles.
I didn't know
Why
that.
are you pleased to note those
I
things?
just think it's really cool to be from a town named Mumbles.
Mumbles.
Mumbles, Wales.
She seemed like a really good person in interviews. mean,
I
know
don't
she
care
was-
about that.
Oh.
I care about the name of the town.
I don't care about her soul. I just want to know
No,
where she
I want to
lived.
know about the town.
Got
Mumbles.
it. Got it. I like Mumbles.
Mumbles. You
Well-
would love a town named Mumbles.
Yes, yes.
Thanks
that's
to
fun.
you now, it's going to be another 3 days of that song going through my head. So
I can't
really
help it.
appreciate that, Suchi.
Turn around or a total eclipse of the heart.
She made her final journey to her Mumbles home in the funeral procession.
And they turned out, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Quite a few people
Yeah.
came out in Mumbles. Well, I just that caught my attention, and I just thought that is a cool town.
What if you were the mayor of Mumbles?
I would love to be the mayor of Mumbles.
I'm the mayor of Mumbles. Okay. Manny?
a lot of alliteration there, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. The mayor of Mumbles. Bonnie Tyler was from Mumbles. What is this now? What is this now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mumbles.
I have so much.
That'd be a great nickname for you. Hey, Mumbles.
Did you know Minneapolis has Sharia law?
I did not know that.
I didn't either. There was we got a pencil down. We have an alpha piece that says since 2007, Minneapolis has operated a loan program designed to comply with Islamic law. I didn't know that Minneapolis was in the banking business. What? Small business owners can get financing that conforms with Islamic law. The money can be used for building improvements and for equipment purchases. Many Muslims and people of other faiths follow rules about paying interest. I wish we did. They don't pay interest. So the city offers an alternative structure financing that does not rely on interest. It involves sharing risk in the lending transaction. It includes a profit for the lender. I don't know how. Alternative financing offers options to religious populations. Did anyone know this?
Zero.
Staff?
Just
Anyone?
learning this now,
Yeah.
reading along with you.
I don't like it either.
The city of Minneapolis operates a loan program for business owners who won't pay interest. And already $1.44 million has been issued. You know, I printed this landscape at home.
You've learned how
It
to do
still,
that now.
it still didn't.
Oh, it cut off? I'm surprised by that. Zero interest, you say.
It's the
I love
city's-
that. Right now, for my mortgage, most of my stuff is interest.
The city's alternative financing program was created specifically to comply with Islamic law or Sharia, which prohibits charging interest, known as riba, and instead relies on financing structures that generate a return without conventional interest. Since officially launching in 2007, the alternative financing program, that's 19 years. The alternative financing program has issued loans to 48 businesses totaling almost $1.5 million. Information the city provided to Alpha News. 8 loans are currently active and totaled $470,000 when they were dispersed. The Minneapolis City Council first approved the alternative financing program in 2006 as a complement to the city's 2% program, which provides loans to city businesses. Well, here's one problem we have, folks. Governments have gotten so big. Why are they in the loan business?
They shouldn't be.
Why? I don't care if you're Joe Smith or Abdul Babuba. Why does the city have to lend you money? That's
BS. I'm calling foul on
now
that.
the alternative financing program is drawing national attention. After journalist Natalie Winters highlighted Minneapolis's compliance financing, Winters' social media post had a list of substances where Sharia-compliant financing is being promoted. Okay. There are many things today in the news that will require for me an explanation from someone else. I don't know why this is important, and I don't know why the city being all of us, why does the city have any obligation to provide loans to a specific religious group? Apparently to cover themselves, they say religions. I don't know any other religion that doesn't want to pay interest.
Heard of that.
Don't they provide loans to everybody?
Well, I don't think they should, is my point.
Well, I take your point. That's excellent. But from what I'm reading here, this Sharia thing, it's just word salad because they get the same return on the investment. It's just a different way of doing it to get there.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
The private lender sets their own. The city's not a private lender. The private lender sets their own financial terms. Minneapolis charges 2% on its portion of the loan. The loan can't exceed 10 years. Well, 2% to people who pay interest. The alternative financing program is a variation of that, but allows Muslims to attain the same loans without paying the 2% interest. Instead, Muslims using the alternative finance program pay a 2% rate of return charge. Well, if anyone's fooling themselves, it's the Muslims.
Most definitely.
You tell me, let's call it something else, but I'm not going to pay you interest. How about I give you a rate of return? Okay.
Here's my analogy. My religion doesn't allow me to paint my house purple.
Yeah.
But I can mix red and blue and paint it that color.
Yeah.
Which is that word I can't say. Purple.
Purple.
What does
Yeah.
it smell?
It's
See, if I was the king, I wouldn't. The city would not be in the loan business.
yeah.
Just period. It
How
wouldn't
is
be
it
in the loan
different?
business.
How is it different than being in the grocery business?
I wouldn't be in the grocery business either.
Because that's the same thing that's happening.
Well, it
they're
is.
trying to get involved into every single
Were
aspect.
you gone last week?
Hey, welcome back.
I'm going to go back to
Cotter.
being gone.
Well,
The-
that's your socialist city council, Chris Reavers.
I just don't. It's just me. It's just me.
But
I
this
just
loan-
wouldn't be in the
It's
loan
just me.
business.
This loan program has been around longer than the current city council.
It's also somewhat common, apparently, in the U.S. Major cities in all 50 states have this.
Yeah.
At least 104 U.S. cities
Okay.
use it.
How about the Sharia part of it?
That's that's the
what he
part I
means.
meant. Yeah.
Since 2007 in Minneapolis.
Well, okay, that's great.
But
I told you,
Was it
there are
great?
many
I mean,
things today that need to be explained to me by people who actually know about it.
but Joe,
Somebody'd
when,
have to tell me why this is a good thing.
I agree with you that the city shouldn't be in the loan business, but isn't this a money-making opportunity for the city?
Well, in theory, it certainly is. It certainly is.
What was your question? Someone needs to what now?
Explain things to me.
Rookie?
Yeah.
No, wait, stop. In England, in the last 75 years, England has a 34,900% increase in the building of mosques.
What's the increase?
34,900%, according to the American Thinker. Wouldn't that constitute, as the Thinker points out, an Islamic conquest? There's a 34,900% increase in mosques in England.
Well, that's their goal, is it not?
Not quite a caliphate yet, but they're working on it, huh? I used a big word.
Minneapolis park leaders say youth programs and maintenance could be cut. This is from 5 Eyewitness News. As the city debates how much park funding to include in a property tax increase. The debate comes as Minneapolis works to close a $60 million budget shortfall. Well, they always have a budget shortfall for two reasons. They budget poorly, and then they just spend too much, figuring they can get away with it because they'll just up the property taxes. Here's my plea to the political class.
What's your plea?
You got to be more creative. You got to come up with something besides threatening people with parks and libraries. Every time there's a budget shortfall, oh boy, we got to shorten library hours, and we got to really tighten the belt with the parks. Why don't you come up with something else?
Oh, it's happening in St. Paul, too.
Of course it is. Why don't you do an internal auditing of all the people who work in City Hall, and anyone who can explain what they actually did yesterday gets to keep their job, and those who can't have to go.
Okay.
That would save some money. You always come up with parks and libraries. It's in the template. Okay, remember everybody, when there's a budget shortfall, we don't say anything for a few days. We just let the budget shortfall sink in. And then when we hear some stirring, we say, boy, that'll be tough on the parks and the libraries. It's just part of the ongoing BS. Like schools, every year, we need more money. It's just, there's never enough.
Yeah.
And there's no number that can be provided that would constitute enough.
But libraries tend to be upgraded more often than not and be one of the nicest buildings in town. And are they becoming obsolete?
Well, they're not libraries anymore as far as I'm concerned. They're just
Information
community centers, and you
Okay.
go in there and use a computer.
Yep.
Okay, that ain't the libraries from the old days when the lady had her hair in a bun and you're supposed
This
to
ain't Dewey Decimal.
No, and you're supposed to be quiet and the whole deal. That's not the deal. But every time there's a budget shortfall, we hear about, the parks, the poor parks. The poor libraries. Get creative once in a while. Come up with something that would interest us.
Why does the park board need an increase of 2.5%? That's what I'm not clear on. Why can't they just go without an increase? Why can't it be the same as last
Right.
year's budget?
They got to be just like the private sector. Sorry, guys, we don't have the money.
The park board is asking for a bare bones budget ask of 5.86% of the levy increase. Fry is saying, what about 2.5? Why does it have to be anything, Joe?
Well,
Is it just the cost of doing business now?
I'm
has
sure
gone up?
I'm sure they're going to say weed killer costs more, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tree maintenance costs more. Well, that's because you budget poorly and you don't factor in this stuff.
Well, the story I'm reading, we need to think about the kids. The kids.
They're always using the kids. That's why
kids are
libraries and
suffering.
park boards make the cut, because you can throw kids in there.
Right.
So you're really hurting the kids if you don't let us raise your property
Geez, what
taxes.
are we gonna do with
Go
the kids?
bleep yourself. Come up with something else.
Why do you hate kids?
Anti-child.
I am, yeah. And there's a story here of a Parks football team, and they might have to have a hard time. And it's
Go
just,
to the community. Have the West Side Boosters
it's just,
equivalent.
this is over in Minneapolis.
No, I'm saying have the equivalent of the West Side Boosters.
I don't know
promote
who the West Side Boosters are.
them. The West Side is a group that supports local football and
In
sports.
South St. Paul?
No, on the West Side.
The
St.
West
Paul.
Side. But that's east. I'm sorry, that's south. That's always been a problem in St.
Well,
Paul.
if you
the
went
West
to-
Side is south of downtown.
True, but if you
Should
were,
be
How
called
did
the
a
South
story
Side.
If you
about
were-
Minneapolis become a story about
Because
some
he
bullshit in
interrupted
St.
me.
Paul?
I
Well,
said-
because he came up with
on
it.
the Minneapolis side, they should have the equivalent of the West Side Boosters.
Yeah, and maybe it'd even be west on the west.
You can be West, that's fine.
South St. Paul is south of, well, South St. Paul is fine. That's South
Yes,
St. Paul.
that's legit.
Yeah.
But West St. Paul is east.
West St. Paul is
East of
due
the river.
south of St. Paul.
It's
Where
like
were
I'm sitting
Mississippi,
at.
Mississippi River Boulevard is the west side of town.
Am I sitting at the Legion?
What do you want to order?
This like you guys are 6 in right now.
I
Want
think
fries
so.
with that?
Wait, so St. Paul is east of Minneapolis.
Yes.
far.
Got it.
For now.
Yes.
I missed you guys.
Do you know a major record was established in baseball over the weekend?
Yeah.
Baez.
cool
What's
record.
his first name? The
Oh, yeah. Is it
Philadelphia.
Jose?
No,
Jose.
no,
No,
it's
it's,
like Jefferson.
Yeah, it's
The guy hit a home run his first 3 ever major at bats.
Yep.
Major league at bats.
Joshua.
Joshua
Joshua.
Baez.
Yes.
It's a great story. He was a high draft choice in 2021 or 2022, then lingered in low and middle A. He was striking out a lot, and then there's some rule in the minor leagues where you can be taken off the team for specific coaching and instruction, and he came back from that and started hitting home runs like crazy.
You were all in, weren't you?
Yeah, the
As
Phillies
soon as you saw that.
the Phillies called him up. I think his first home run was the first
The-
pitch he saw.
the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I'm sorry, Cardinals. The first his first pitch was a home run.
Yes.
And then he had another one.
That's right.
And then he hit a third one, and they just went nuts.
And then
No one's ever done that, ever. And it's an
Pretty
old
damn
game.
cool.
It's an old game.
And Joe Sutri said, "Why can't he do that every at bat?"
Why can't he do that at every at bat? It's a shame the Twins haven't gotten that lucky with a draft choice, because I think the Twins might have signed their fate over the last
Yesterday was bad.
5 days. They were swept by the Phillies.
Woo!
Anyway,
By the way, in
no,
my absence, we were attempting to go to the Field of Dreams. Do you have any idea what the get-in price was?
no idea.
$350.
Oh,
The last I checked.
$3.50.
can I tell you something? If you wanted the experience, you could just stand around. You can see in there. There's nothing but corn around.
Well, I even thought about going to the Saints game the day before, or was it a day or two beforehand?
Oh yeah,
I thought, well, that'd be kind of fun. I don't want to watch Triple.
but you can get in there for $5
right,
probably.
but $350 just to get in to watch the ball game.
Well, in any event, it's the same old thing every year. It's parks and libraries. So you're not. Let's get creative.
St. Paul's east of Minneapolis.
Let's get creative.
It's just the same old
We're
tale.
not a creative people anymore, are we? I got my scooter delivered back to me by EcoFun Motorsports. It was serviced and it runs perfectly, and that pickup and delivery service is wonderful. You just got to book it, and then every once in a while they swing through town with a pickup truck full of stuff, and you get your stuff back. It's fantastic. I'm talking about EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake / Columbus. Electric bikes. That's the electric bike capital of the region. And what a motorcycle destination. Kawasaki, Aprilia, Yamaha, Moto Guzzi. They got Motorcycle Alley in there. It's just fantastic. And every scooter that turns an urban errand into an adventure, you can beat the man. You can beat the man for $14.99. You
Beat
can
the man special.
for $14.99, you can get a scooter that beats the man. For 1 gallon of gas, you can do about 90 miles worth of errands.
Damn.
Well, think about that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Side-by-sides by Kawasaki, Yamaha Wave Runners, and Kawasaki jet skis, and you get a free trailer. There's still a lot of warm weather left to head up to the lake. It's the most fun store you'll ever find yourself in. It's EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. I'm going to say Forest Lake because their mailing address is Forest Lake.
Okay.
And it's on Highway 97, immediately west of Interstate 35, and down in Burnsville on the Service Road of Life near County Road 42, and a wonderful, wonderful, albeit really tempting website, EcoFunMotorsports.com.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
Let's talk about Mr. Money Talk. Josh Arnold, he is here for you. And you know what? We've all known Josh for a long time. And one thing that I have personally always appreciated about him is that he's the same person off the air as he is on the air. He's straightforward, he's honest, and he's going to tell you what he thinks. And you'll hear his direct report later in the program today. And over the years, I've met so many GLers who have called Josh, sat down with him, and continue to work with him today. And many of those relationships, well, they started with a single phone call. And I think that that says a lot. People don't stay with an advisor for the years unless they're receiving value, guidance, and advice that they can trust each and every single day. So pick up that phone and call Josh today at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Josh has navigated it all. Bear markets, recessions, inflations, every single kind of economic uncertainty imaginable. Josh Arnold has been there for all of you GLers out there right now. He's Mr. Money Talk. His name is Josh Arnold. Hold on.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorsement.
Hi, Joe.
We are proud to sponsor. We're probably the only podcast in the country that sponsors our own demolition derby car and driver, Matt Gilsdorf, who's listening and probably wondering what the hell have they ever done to actually sponsor me.
Yeah, what's that check we're cutting every year?
But he's a very skilled demo derby driver, and he's taking me to task, and I think he's justified. Well, maybe it was me, I gave a little grief to Blaine the other day on the news.
Yeah, you did.
Because Blaine's building a new ballpark, and we looked it up. It's old. Blaine is an old town, and I was just saying Blaine, Blaine.
What is that?
But he notes, this is Matt, your GL Demo Derby car driver. I heard you talking about Blaine Friday. Well, I live in Blaine. Well, there you are. I mean, right away.
Okay.
I'm,
A commonality.
after spending the first 35 years of my life in the once great city of St. Paul, I finally made the move to the outer suburbs in Blaine a few years ago, which is a great city. There's no Wienergate up here, nor do we have to worry about any little fry running the city. So don't bash Blaine. Your fellow GL Derby driver lives in the city. I apologize to you, Matt, and all other Blaine residents. I wasn't really ripping it. I was just kind of amused that they're building a big ballpark. On another note, I ran another GL Derby car Saturday at the Goodhue County Fair in Zumbrota. Had a great turnout of GLers there as well. I attached some pics and included a picture of the back wall of my garage where there is a nice big GL flag hanging. Yet another reason to give some love to Blaine. See you guys next week at the fair, Matt. Now, the pictures don't show up well on TV. But the one picture is of the GL flag in his garage. But you notice what I noticed in the garage?
What did you notice?
Very impressive collection of trophies. This guy, I think, is a winner. This is why we sponsor him.
I have a question for Matt. Are you going to be at the Douglas County Fair this week? There's a demo derby on Wednesday night.
Oh, sweet.
Are these demo derbies a part of all of these rural fairs?
County fairs, yeah, for sure.
Well, he sent me pictures of his car. It's completely destroyed.
Yeah, it gets beat up.
It's just terrible.
I think the demo derby guys are last droppers.
Absolutely.
I think, yeah.
That'll buff right out, kind of a deal.
And then I suppose every year he's got to go out and find another Lumina or something to crash into people.
Chevy Lumina.
Yeah. But he does well. He's very skilled at this, and he's a winner.
You know what you just did, though?
What?
Buried the lead.
What?
The fair's next week,
It's a week from this Friday.
Thursday.
Okay,
So
it's
the
a week
start of
from
the
the
fair, yeah.
So it's not next week. It's still 2 weeks. The fair is
Wow.
a week from this Thursday. That's not imminent, is it?
It's over. Summer is officially over.
And then I know this is a flag update, but it falls right into our rural fair news. Starting the Now Then Minnesota Threshing Show tractor pull Saturday was the true flag on the parade flag unit. And he sent me a picture of it's a
I've been
little
to that,
John Deere tractor. Little
I've been
John
to that
Deere.
threshing show. It's a good one.
What is a threshing show?
You know what a threshing machine is? They're the precursor to combines.
They got
They
the
go
big
like
wheels.
this.
The big wheels, right?
It's basically a combine that was run by a steam tractor and a belt. And the-
Drive thresher?
No, the threshing machine sits still.
Yeah.
And you bring the wheat,
bring
or
the wheat
grain
to it.
to it, and it spits out seeds on one side and straw on the other. Very, very labor intensive.
Okay, well, there was a big show Saturday at
Yeah, it's an annual thing at Now Then.
Now
They have
Then.
a wonderful swap meet there too.
well, and the true flag was displayed. Not the city itself, but on the
I was enrolled and I did not attend a 2-day threshing machine school this spring, and something came up and I couldn't go. I thought it would be fun to learn how to run a threshing machine.
Okay, another dumb question from a idiot.
Well, I think when it comes to threshing machines, there's no dumb questions, Joe.
Well,
it's so long ago.
Are they still used?
Just for demonstration purposes.
Well, what has replaced it?
The combine.
And what's the combine? You drive combine.
Yeah, it cuts and processes the wheat, the beans, the corn, whatever the crop might be, all in one pass.
Okay, and you don't bring the combine. You bring the combine to the field.
And you
And
drive the
go
field
up and
with
down
the
and do
combine.
it. Okay.
And then the grain cart driver pulls up as the combine is combining and moving. You pull up next to it on the move.
On the move.
And he puts out his auger arm, empties his hopper into the grain cart.
I see.
The grain cart driver drives it to the semi, unloads into the semi. The semi brings it to the elevator.
So you got a guy there that drives truck and drives grain cart.
You usually have one or two truck drivers. You have one grain cart driver and one combine. Or if you're a big operator, you have two of everything or more.
So the threshing is a display of antiquity.
Yeah, and it's really fun. It's
All right.
fun to see because there's so many guys doing so many different things. There's a guy that all he does is feed the burning chamber. What is it called? On the tractor, on the steam tractor. He just sits on the tractor. There's a waterman.
And you keep feeding it water?
Keep feeding it water, keep feeding it wood. And then there's guys that feed the threshing machine. Yeah.
Are they on display at the fair? Would they be on Machinery Hill?
They maybe used to be. I don't think they are anymore.
See, I don't know if you know this or not.
I would like to see that.
But Machinery Hill is not really what it used to be.
But there's these threshing bees or threshing shows all over the state.
Yeah.
Now Then has one. Dalton has one. There's a couple of really big ones. There's some way up north.
Are they well attended?
Yeah,
cool.
by people like me. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, and they usually have displays of tractors and the old way of doing things. There's old printing presses, old shingle making buildings, old steam-driven engines. It's really fascinating to cylinder guys.
I have a cylinder question along those lines.
Here we go.
Do you know when you're at the State Fair and you're at Machinery Hill, and there is a tractor engine? I think they're making ice cream up
That's
there.
a hit and miss engine, it's called.
Okay, is that supposed to be like that?
Yeah,
Or
that's how they run. They're very, very, very efficient, and they sound really funny. They sound like they fire every 5 seconds.
Yeah, so that's not fixable. That's by design.
No, it's called a hit and miss engine.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And they were used as slave engines around the farm because they always had a belt attachment to it, so you could power your milk room, or you could power your blacksmith stuff, or power your wheat separator,
Or make ice cream.
I've always felt sorry for the kids that work at that booth because that thing is raucous.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, it's very loud.
They do have threshing machines at the fair. I just looked, but they don't work. So they're for display only, just to show what they look like. At Old Machinery Hill, it says. It's called the Old Iron Show.
Remember the old school days? We'd have them bring down threshing machines.
Hell, we'd thresh.
Yes.
My favorite part of the threshing shows are the sawmills. They always have one or two sawmills that are run by a steam tractor, and I'll sit there for 30 minutes watching those things.
Put a log in there, and out comes a board.
Well, yeah, with a degree of labor,
A plank.
Yeah.
A board.
That's what Pat calls any piece of wood he
Any
sees.
piece of wood, 2x4, 8x10.
Here's a board.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, Peggy Flanagan. Boy, there's really no love lost between Walls and Flanagan.
They broke up a long time ago, didn't
But
they?
she was making goo-goo eyes at him, and then they had a falling out, I think. Every time he signed something, she'd be right there at his shoulder.
Overlooking his shoulder.
Is it when
looking
she was
fondly.
outfitting the office when he was running for VP?
Well, that's what I think that disturbed Tim.
Under the shade
I think
carpet.
Tim got a little nonplussed by that. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
No, nonplussed means you're not affected. Whatever. She has thrown him under the bus when asked during it. Now, this is a Fox News piece, but I'm wondering where they got this. What's MS Now?
It's the old MSNBC. That's their new name.
Okay, so she was on that show. She wouldn't go on Fox, for God's sakes, nor would she? I would say the governor says the buck stops with him. More should have been done sooner, and I agree, Flanagan said on MS Now last week when asked if she bears any responsibility for the scandal, which federal investigators say could total more than $9 billion. Well, of course she will not bear any. And you know what? She's somewhat justified in not knowing anything about it because she doesn't know anything about anything. And she didn't do anything while she was there.
Just plead ignorance is what
She
she's
missed
doing.
a lot of meetings, and she just didn't really do a damn thing. Flanagan's comments sparked pushback on social media from users accusing her of deflecting responsibility, given she served alongside Walls as his second in command since 2019.
She's been around for
Well,
a while.
of course
She's
she knew.
cashing the check every 2 weeks.
Minnesota Democrat blames Tim Walz. She knows she's vulnerable on this. Conservative radio host. Why is it always got to be conservative? Don't the liberals find it disturbing that Walz and Flanagan were responsible for so much fraud? Don't liberals care? Don't the left care?
It should be left-wing host here interviews Flanagan.
Then, of course, you've got Michelle Tafoya is reacting to this by saying Peggy Flanagan refuses to take any responsibility and accountability for billions of our tax dollars being stolen under her watch. And Michelle Tafoya is correct. Flanagan refuses to take any responsibility for anything. She's a coaster. She just coasts along. How you doing on Amy?
We are closer.
One day.
Not one day closer.
You think she's going to coast right into the office?
100%.
Peggy?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, I think you meant
Michelle
Amy.
is raising much more money, and she's actually appealing to the middle of the political aisle.
It's got to be the best
moderates.
thing that happened to Michelle Tafoya is they endorsed Peggy Flanagan and not Angie Craig.
Peggy Flanagan made quite a bit of hay, speaking of threshing, made quite a bit of hay by hammering the idea that somehow Angie Craig was approving of the presence of ice here in January. I don't think Peggy Flanagan was, but she didn't create the fuss that Flanagan's now creating. Flanagan was unheard of during ICE.
I don't remember.
And she's unheard of during everything because she didn't do anything.
Well, they were both fighting Trump.
Yeah, and you're right. But boy, I think she made a lot of ground with that stance. And the ICE presence here was dreadful. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think Angie Craig was out there cheering for ICE, for God's sake.
No, I would doubt that. I'll give her that.
Do you know that the ICE guys now have electric gloves?
Really? I
saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
They could touch somebody and could shock them, I guess.
Really?
They collapsed. There were some demonstrations.
Yeah.
The people just collapsed
Yeah.
immediately.
It's like
Where do I get
tasering
those?
them.
Where do I get that? I'm going to need some of those before next week.
Before the fair.
Excuse me, sir, as I walk through the crowd. Ma'am,
Peggy-
excuse me.
Peggy Flanagan is pointless, and
You said something interesting about her in regards to coasting, and there really isn't a record of what she has done in her time of office. It kind of leaves you with the impression that she didn't do much work.
she didn't. She's
know-
not going to die of hard work.
I know Tafoya on a personal level, and I worked with her first year in the Twin Cities. I have never met somebody that works harder than Michelle Tafoya. She is not afraid of putting in hours and working hard.
I did not know this, but we all know the fellow. We work for him, who hired Tafoya to bring her here to Minnesota.
He was there when
Dan.
I was there.
Our guy Dan.
Her first time on the air was on Bob and I. We had her on when Michael Jordan's dad was found dead, and we called down
Side of the
there.
freeway, yeah.
We found a reporter. That reporter was Michelle Tafoya. At the time,
was
we
it
were
Ohio or
no, it was one
maybe
of
the Carolinas?
Carolinas.
Yeah. Well, Michael
the-
played for North Carolina.
At the time, we were looking for a female voice on the show, and we were interviewing the usual traffic girls and weather girls, and they were all kind of empty-headed. And we had Michelle on, and she showed brilliance right away. And we went up to Dan and the general manager at the time and said, bring her in. She's the one.
She worked for WAQS, now WFNZ, in Charlotte under the name Mickey Conley.
Really?
Conley is her mother's maiden name.
And she would come in and fill either as a sports reporter during sports shows or as a host, a fill-in host. And Joe, she had a stack of material a foot high. She always did a lot of show prep and worked really hard.
just like
and
our-
I'm sure that carried on when she was an NFL reporter.
Well, she kind of set the template for the female sideline reporter. What I want to ask her someday is if she quit because she realized it was becoming too bimbo-esque. In other words, she actually provided information. The current crop of the female sideline reporters are a bit show businessy, aren't they? Am I on the right track here? She was hard nosed about it, and she would get you some dope.
The only
Get you
other
some dough.
one I remember before her was Jane Kennedy. I don't know if you remember her. And I think, wasn't she a Miss America?
No, you're confusing.
You're confusing her with the boy. She was married to the governor of Kentucky. wasn't
Phyllis
she?
George.
Phyllis George.
Phyllis George.
Okay,
Phyllis
well, I don't
George.
know what Jane. I know she was a sports reporter.
But Phyllis George
some
never
other
walked
things.
the sidelines, did she?
I don't know about Phyllis
I think
George.
she just. Well, I think she was just on the pregame shows. I don't think she walked the sidelines. Michelle
she
Tafoya
was
was
on,
one of the early ones who walked the
Dun
sidelines.
it, dun it, NFL Today, right? With
Yeah,
Jimmy
but I don't
DeGree.
think she walked the sidelines.
No, she was in studio.
Jane was Miss Ohio, Kenny.
And was she a sports reporter at all? Or am I just wrong about that?
Among some other things.
Yeah, she was on the NFL Today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I help you with Kenny's point about Michelle doing really good work? Mm-hmm. Let's give you a current female sideline reporter interviewing Todd Bowles, the Tampa Bay head coach, about playing Detroit in the playoffs.
Looking forward towards Detroit. The weather has been a factor in some of the playoff games, even for the most prepared teams. Today, it's 13 in Detroit, which doesn't compare to some of the temperatures we tend to drop to. Any special plans to acclimate the team to not only endure but perform in those kind of frigid temperatures should you face them in Detroit?
You do know we play indoors, right? And they got a dome.
Whoops.
Wow. At that point, you just drop your microphone and just skulk out of there, never to be seen again.
What? Honest to God.
was that? Was that?
Michelle, that's why you kick butt.
Michelle Tafoya would have known
She wouldn't have
that
answered.
Detroit played indoors.
They got a dome.
They got a,
got
so
a
she
roof.
wouldn't have asked the weather
Right.
question.
They got a roof up
Yeah.
over the head.
Maybe she was trying to say as they walk up to the stadium, it's a little chilly out.
Special preparation. And God bless Todd Bowles. He's just went,
But they got a dome.
you do know they play indoors, right?
Yeah. Well, no, apparently she didn't
She
know
did
that.
not. She did not. She was unaware.
She did not know they played indoors. Oh, God help
You know
me.
what, Joe? Sometimes you just gotta ask questions.
Sometimes you just need an attorney.
I bet after that she knows they play indoors now.
Yeah, but after that, she shouldn't have a job. So I don't know what she's doing. I want to talk to you about Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys. If you're like me and many other people, you may not know what to do if you're ever injured in an accident. Insurance companies and adjusters can be tough to deal with, so you need somebody on your side. That's Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. He puts together a team. They explain your rights, represent you, and help you through a tough time. Mike's one of the top lawyers in the state, recognized by Minnesota law and politics. I hope you're never in an accident. Mike Bryant hopes you're never in an accident. But if you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to minnesotapersonalinjury.com for a free case evaluation. And please don't be part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
What I wanted to talk about was Marine Pro. I don't know that I've actually mentioned Marine Pro from Seafoam this summer. Truth be told, I've been feeding copious amounts to the old 35-horse Evinrude on that ghetto cruising pontoon of mine, including last week when she took her final voyage of the summer. I added last year's gas to this year's gas, a little bit of cheating there, and then I gave the tank a heavy pour of Marine Pro. And then when I jammed it on the trailer yesterday, I unhooked the gas line, let that engine use up the rest of the remaining gas in the carbs, and she's good for the winter. She'll thank me next spring when I fire it up at the boat launch for the first time. Seafoam, believe it or not, was actually created to solve gasoline-related issues in outboard motors way back in the late 30s. The Seafoam motor treatment, now one of the best-selling engine additives in North America. Seafoam products are the proven choice for mechanics, cylinder lovers, and all sorts of people who depend on engines on a daily basis. Through the years, the focus has always stayed the same. Safe products that are proven to work and keep engine and equipment running their very best. Find Marine Pro and actually find all of the Seafoam related products in the chemical aisle at, where are you going? Fleet Farm, auto parts stores, any place that carries fine automotive chemicals. It truly is a wonderful product in a world of bad gas. Seafoam.
Why would you cut your pontoon season so short?
Because I stuff it back into the corner of the machine shed, and I need it buried there, and I'm done with it. And by the way, it's for sale. Anybody that has an extra $500-600, come drag that thing. I want it out of my life. I want it gone.
Here's John.
Bring
Heidt.
your own trailer.
Thanks, Joe. This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. A former assistant Anoka County attorney is facing 26 charges related to her alleged role in a sex trafficking operation in the Twin Cities area. 35-year-old Andrea Lee Simpson has been charged with 13 counts of promoting prostitution of an individual and 13 counts of receiving profits from prostitution. Sampson's arrest comes from an investigation that has been ongoing since 2021 by various law enforcement agencies, including the Minnesota BCA and the Human Trafficking Task Force. According to court documents, Sampson, along with three others, Frank Reeves, Victoria Komanash, and Catherine Thomas, are accused of operating or playing a role in a sex trafficking organization in Hennepin County and surrounding areas. According to the court documents, the organization would operate a website called Minnesota Erotica Personals, where various women would be posted for users to request sexual transactions. Sampson's alleged role in the operation was to secure and provide locations where the transactions could occur, as well as creating and maintaining multiple LLCs, which court documents claim appeared to have been shell companies to help hide profits coming from the sex trafficking. Properties owned by Sampson allegedly were found to be where some of the women advertised on the website had their photos taken and where some transactions occurred. Court documents stated law enforcement spoke with various women throughout the investigation regarding their experiences with the website. 13 of those women were later identified as victims in court documents. In a statement, Anoka County Attorney Brad Johnson confirmed Sampson was once an assistant attorney with the county, assigned to the office's Family Law and Civil Division. According to Johnson, the BCA spoke with top members of the Anoka County Attorney's Office February 25th of this year and informed them it was investigating Johnson. The Anoka County Attorney's Office placed Sampson on administrative leave. Her last day of employment was March 9th.
Was this considered a high-end escort deal?
Not sure, Joe.
You looking for a number?
No, I'm just puzzled.
No.
A dead body found in Bede-Makaska Sunday morning, according to the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. It happened about 11:40 a.m. Water Patrol deputies responding to the lake on the report of the body found along the shoreline. Officials found decomposed human remains, and a dive team conducted a search of the area for more evidence. Hennepin County Medical Examiner will determine the identity and cause of death. The Sheriff's Office is investigating the case. Meanwhile, officials are investigating after a dead body was found near the Mississippi River in Minneapolis Saturday night. Minneapolis Park Police said that at around 6 in the evening, authorities responded to a report of a body found in a wooded area near East River Parkway and Oak Street. The person was found dead. However, their cause of death unknown. More information expected to be released by the Hennepin County Medical Center and Minneapolis Park Police regarding the death after they do more investigation. A Blaine City Council member who's running for the Minnesota House of Representatives as a Republican says her car was vandalized in her driveway Saturday morning. Home security video shared by Leslie Larson shows a group of 4 masked vandals taping printed images of a hand displaying the middle finger all over her black sedan.
I saw that.
No written message appeared to accompany the images. Larson said in a social media post, "My kids do not know who this is, nor was my teen's car the target. Her car is next to mine and has teen accessories. It's very disturbing. We would like them found." According to the Blaine Police Department, it happened around 1:30 Saturday. Investigators have yet to determine a motive, including whether Larson's car was targeted for political reasons. She said, "I appreciate everyone's outpouring of support, but at this time, I just want privacy for my family and will not be commenting on the matter." In a statement, the Republican Party of Minnesota said the targeting of candidates at their homes is totally unacceptable. We stand with Leslie Larson. Her opponent in her House race, incumbent DFL Rep. Matt Norris, said he reached out to Larson to express his concern, and DFL House Leader Zach Stevenson called the incident disturbing, adding, "All candidates and their families deserve peace and safety, especially at their homes." Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from, oh, look, it's Chris Reavers.
Hi,
Chris.
Johnny. Thank you so much. I want to talk about our friends at Harmony Spirits in Harmony, Minnesota. I was on the road. I don't know if you guys knew that I was gone last week or not.
You were gone?
I brought some Harmony Spirits with me on the road last week, and we sampled not only the blackberry lemonade, but the Harmony Spirits bourbon on the road. And a gentleman said, "Holy cow, where can I get me some of that?" I said, "Well, here, give me your phone, go to harmonyspirits.net, click the Buy Online tab, and bang, bang, boom, that can be sent right to your front door." And that's what happened. And you know what? Harmony Spirits makes great handcrafted spirits in the great state of Minnesota, but also it can be sent anywhere as long as you place that order online at harmonyspirits.net. So it doesn't matter what you're looking for, the gin, the vodka, the rum, the whiskey, ooh, ooh, ooh. It is good stuff. And you know what? We got a couple good weeks of weather, so stop in at that tasting room. Say hi to Larry. Say hi to Damon. Say hi to the entire Harmony Spirits crew. And please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them right here on the Garage Logic Podcast.
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, got it! Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Johnny, hey!
Did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. Oh, little while it's
It's the end of the world as we know.
Yep.
The Earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
You know, Mother Earth is very unpredictable, and if you have some storm damage or repair that needs to be done from storms, Walker Roofing can handle that for sure. They have got 88 years under their belt, and that's 3 generations of the Walker family. Do me a favor, and this is just the Garage Logic special. Pick up the telephone, and you can go ahead and call them, 651-251-0910, and ask for one of the Walkers. Ask for Jimmy. Ask for Jimmy Walker. The roofs there are dynamite, if I might say so. You can go to walkerroofing.com. I'm joking around. I don't know if there's a Jimmy Walker or not, but here's the deal. They have a strong reputation of honesty and integrity, and you might not need someone right now, but when you do, you're going to sell the house, the roof needs to be done. Make sure you hire someone with history. 88 years and 3 generations. That's good enough for me. Awarded the 50-year milestone anniversary by the Better Business Bureau. 651-251-0910. Online at walkerroofing.com. New roof, new siding, storm damage, commercial or residential since 1938. They've been helping. Give them a buzz and tell them the Rook sent you. Jimmy Walker at Walker Roofing. He is dynamite.
Thanks, Rook.
Yep.
I watched that video again. I have absolutely no use for a ladder like that, but I really want one.
They got the cool ladder.
They got the good ladders.
Yeah.
Hire them for that, just to look at their ladders.
Yeah, I'd sit and watch that
Thank
with
you.
my hands in my pockets staring at it. In national and international news, the Supreme Court this morning declining President Trump's attorney's petition for rehearing of its denial to review E. Jean Carroll's 2022 defamation case. That's the case in which Carroll was awarded $5 million, which the writer's representative said was paid in July. The president has also asked the Supreme Court to overturn a separate federal civil defamation verdict that awarded Carroll $83.3 million. The High Court hasn't made a decision yet on that case. The U.S. will substantially reduce its joint military exercises with South Korea, one of its strongest security allies in Asia, President Trump announced over the weekend. Writing on his Truth Social network, the U.S. president said the decision has been made because of his, in his words, very good relationship with Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator, and also because of the high cost of the drills. He added the drills sent a signal that was, in his words again, totally inappropriate and hostile, because for as long as he has been president, North Korea has been, in his words again, unthreatening and respectful. The president's assessment runs contrary to a May 2026 congressional report which found that the advancement of North Korea's nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs had raised the threat of Pyongyang poses to the U.S. and its regional allies. Since Trump assumed office in January of 2025, North Korea has launched at least 26 ballistic missile tests. The U.S. and South Korea hold several joint drills every year, including Ulchi Freedom Shield, which began today and will run until August 27th. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff told Reuters the drills began on schedule, but he did not address the president's comments. There's also concern about North Korea's growing military cooperation with Russia, with its troops fighting alongside Russian forces in Ukraine and gaining experience in unmanned systems and electronic warfare. Severe storms and flooding across Indiana Saturday caused at least 7 deaths Yes?
I was there. I was in the middle of this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Johnny. It was nuts.
President Trump issued an emergency declaration to provide resources and aid relief. Portions of southeast Indiana are underwater due to the White River rising to a record-breaking level. The river crested at almost 25 feet Saturday, surpassing the previous record set in 1913 by over a foot. Rainfall exceeding 11 inches drenched part of Indiana's east of Indianapolis over 2 days last week. About 300,000 people across the state experienced power outages. Warnings do remain in effect, but floodwaters are expected to recede in some areas.
Two things about that. Number one, they closed the freeway through Chicago around the lake. That's how bad the flooding was. Number two, we drove through Gary yesterday on our way back. The trees were everywhere. They were all over the roads. You could not get through the city.
Bad storm.
It was that bad.
Mass shootings over the weekend in the United States.
Noted.
In Michigan, a teenage boy and 4 adults were killed Friday in shootings that prompted a wide search for the fleeing gunman, whose body was ultimately found in a wooded area alongside one of the victims. A teenage girl survived, is in stable condition. 39-year-old Chad Hickman was found dead after a wide search in Massaguee County, police said. Tim Penrose, who lived on the same street where the 53-year-old was found dead, said Hickman lived in the home where the dead people were found. Authorities in Kentucky charged an 18-year-old man with murder and several counts of assault after a shooting in a Lexington park left a teenager dead and 4 others injured. Demetrius Griffin was arrested less than 24 hours after Saturday night's mass shooting at Charles Young Park in the city's downtown. According to the Lexington Police Department, officers responded to reports of gunfire in the park at about 7 p.m. A 16-year-old boy, named by the Fayette County Coroner's Office as Deshaun Robertson, was declared dead at a local hospital. And in Virginia, police arrested a 19-year-old found hiding in a dormitory closet at Virginia State University in connection with an overnight shooting on campus Saturday that left 5 people wounded, including 1 with critical injuries. Cameron Harris of Henrico, Virginia, is not a student, nor were the 4 people who were injured. No motive in that one yet. Dozens of Texas lawmakers writing a letter and urging Governor Greg Abbott to put a stop to the Trump administration's plans to build a border barrier installation at Big Bend National Park in Texas. In the letter to Abbott, 44 state lawmakers from both parties, 40 of them Democrats, asked the governor to, quote, swiftly use every available avenue to call on the Department of Homeland Security to immediately cease demolition and border barrier construction activities in the national park. Big Bend is located on the bend of the Rio Grande and is known for its mountain range, river canyons, and desert landscape. Rodney Scott, Customs and Border Protection Commissioner, noted that the administration is constructing limited barriers in the park and not a 30-foot border wall. While the Texas lawmakers referenced bulldozers and construction equipment entering the park in their letter to Abbott, the commissioner said that's for survey and design work. However, numerous videos on social media over the weekend showed various spots being dug up in the area.
I'm looking at that right now in Texas, and it looks hot. Guess what the temperature is right now in Big Bend National Park in Texas?
104.
84 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. But it looks, it looks like desert.
It's a dry heat, though, right? It's not as humid?
Not as humid.
Gotcha.
Federal regulators have begun an inspection of Taylor Farm's Central Mexico processing plant. That, of course, has been linked to that multi-state outbreak of cyclosporiasis. The Food and Drug Administration conducting an inspection and collecting samples at Taylor's Farms de Mexico. The agency said the inspection comes almost a month after the Salinas, California headquartered Taylor Farms said on July 17th it was removing iceberg lettuce sourced from central Mexico from the marketplace. Since May, the U.S. has experienced an unprecedented wave of thousands of cyclospora infections, including 2 deaths. The CDC, which lags significantly behind states in reporting infections, has reported almost 14,000 laboratory-confirmed cases across 47 states. In Milwaukee, art gallery owner Bill DeLinde never thought he would see the Pablo Picasso etching print stolen from his shop in 2018 ever again. But then last week, police called him, asked if he could come take a look at a piece of art a Milwaukee landlord had found while cleaning out a vacant apartment. DeLinde immediately recognized the stolen Torero print, one of 30 known to exist, signed by Pablo Picasso. DeLinde said, "I was overwhelmed and at a loss for words. The sticker from his DeLinde Fine Art Appraisals was still on the back of the framed print, just as it had been placed there in 2018 before it was stolen." Milwaukee landlord Tim Dirtz told WISN-TV that he found the print while cleaning out an apartment of someone who had been evicted. Dirtz told the TV station it was kind of in a weird spot hanging on the wall, and it looked like it had been there a long time. It had tons of dust across the top of it. Dirtz said he showed it to an antique dealer who recognized it as a Picasso, said it appeared to be the one DeLinde reported stolen in 2018. Dirtz handed it over to police, who then contacted DeLinde. The Milwaukee Police Department said in an email Friday the statute of limitations for theft and property crimes is usually 6 years, but the case remains under investigation. The year it was stolen, the piece was appraised at between $35,000 and $50,000. DeLinde guesses now the value hasn't changed much, but given its story, it might be worth closer to $50,000. The artwork remains in the possession of Milwaukee police, while the client who had commissioned it for sale with his art gallery works it all out with his insurance company. DeLinde said his former partner, who died in February, this past February, was distraught over the theft in 2018 and called police every year on the anniversary of the crime, asking that they publicize it again in the hope the Picasso could be found.
I figured out a way to retire by watching Antiques Roadshow.
Oh.
In regards to paintings, can you figure out what it is, Joe? How am I going to retire? I'm going to go to Goodwill stores, and I'm going to buy the dumbest, most ridiculous, worst paintings they have, because it always seems that those are the paintings that end up being worth $100,000.
And somebody knows something about them.
Yeah. No. If it's a landscape that is absolutely lovely, and you'd be proud to hang it in your home, it's a $5 painting.
Yeah, $30.
We got to make sure it's not a print.
If it's a horrible piece of crap that you could have painted with a paintbrush in your butt, then it's going to be $1 million. Then it's $1 million painting.
If you get an OnlyFans account, people would probably watch that.
That's an image that now
that's my plan.
Yeah.
Never get rid of that.
Call me
image.
when you're doing that so I know not to get in touch with you.
Are you done, John?
I think so.
Because, Joe, if you check your email, I think we have found a way to save the Minneapolis Parks Department. I got an email at about 12:07 when we come back. I think we can help the city of Minneapolis.
What a tease.
Let's get to that break after I talk about North American Banking Company. Banking done differently since 1998, when they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for their customers, where you get to know your banker and they also get to know you. And you know what? A lot has changed since then. However, this commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities, that hasn't changed, and it will never change. And you can see it for yourself by walking into any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations, whether it's Woodbury, Shoreview, Hastings, 50th and France, or also up there in Roseville. They offer you the same updated online and mobile banking tools as all of those other big national banks. Whether you're looking to buy a home, finance a new home renovation project, or get that new car that you've been dreaming about, their experts make it easy. But again, see it for yourself. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender.
Walking.
Come on.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
Hey, guess what's coming up right around the corner? Our appearance at the Great Minnesota Get Together. That's right, the 2026 Minnesota State Fair starts next week already. And Garage Logic, we are going to be there Friday, August 28th and Friday, September 4th. Shortly after 1 p.m., we are going to broadcast live from the KSTP Channel 5 building near the grandstand right there on Chambers Street. You know where it is. It's right there next to the grandstand. For more information, visit garagelogic.com. Use the keyword fair. That's garagelogic.com, keyword fair. First beers are all on the mayor after the show.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Shoot.
Say, John, you had in your news that Trump wants to scale back any military operations with South Korea.
Yes, sir.
They have played military games for years and years and years because South Korea is an important ally of the United States. For the people who find my take on Trump disagreeable, you're going to have to explain to me, and I wish you would, seriously, write me, why is this a good idea? Why is it a good idea to actually suggest that you've really got a good relationship with Kim Jong-il? He's a great friend. Somebody's going to have to explain to me why this makes sense, why this is a good idea. You start a war with Iran under the pretense of you don't want them to have a nuclear capability, and North Korea already has a nuclear capability, and the guy who runs the country is very unstable. He's a psychotic, insane human being who's kept the whole nation figuratively and literally in the dark. Mm-hmm. But now, in South Korea, terribly important to us in that part of the world. Somebody's going to have to explain to me why this makes sense, why this is a good idea. And it's not the money. He spends more money on other things than this costs. And South Korea also pays its share. I spent the morning reading about this. South Korea, they contribute to the costs of these military exercises. So that's all I have to say. I'm going to await your emails. Somebody's going to have to explain to me, not you. I
think I'm on your side here, Joe. From what I've read, I don't know, you could say what you want about the AP, but he actually said, and forgive me if I sound like this is all new to me, it is, just reading about it this morning, because they decided not to help him in the war against Iran.
Right. Well,
and citing, like you said, his good relationship with Kim.
I mean, they live next door to a constant threat from this psychotic, insane Kim Jong-il. Somebody's going to have to explain to me why it's a really good idea that Trump is seemingly expressing some deferential treatment to the psychotic, insane person at the expense of his relationship or his country's relationship with South Korea.
With President Trump, I've always wondered what he's saying publicly and what his motives are privately. You know what I mean? Is there something more to what he's saying that is actually more important to national security, or am I just to read him on the surface? And this is one of those things where
I would
kind of seems like what he's saying is what he feels.
Yeah, I wouldn't read anything deep into him. I think.
Well, I guess I always do with all presidents. I actually wonder what's really going on. You know what I mean?
Well, to a great degree, there's always that ability to wonder what's really going on. With him, I don't.
Like with Biden, I'd hear something that was attributed to him, and I'd think, well, he didn't write that. Somebody else, maybe his nurse or his doctor wrote that for him. You know. So
well,
I don't know.
It's just as troubling if someone else came up with this. Here's what I want to know, and I'll just leave it at this. Seriously, I'm held in poor regard by many GLers who still believe Trump's a functioning human being. I want you to tell me why this makes sense, and I'll be glad to read your emails on the air. It's that simple. Tell me why this is a good idea. That's all. That's all I want to know. And we have found a way for the park board to save some money.
Yeah, just don't. Just don't. Don't spend the money.
They're turning the parkway into pickleball courts.
It's
West
pickleball
River
on
Parkway.
the Parkway.
The Minneapolis Park and Rec Board's downtown parks and athletic teams, well, there's one of your problems. Get rid of all those teams. They're bringing pickleball on the parkway back to West River Parkway, transforming the roadway into more than 20 pickleball courts. What?
You notice they don't give us an exact location? I think it must be down at that bare-ass beach part, right? That's right down next to the water underneath the hospital there. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, whether you play, Kenny, every week or have never picked up a paddle, or just want to see what more than 20 pickleball courts stretching down the parkway looks like, spend the day with us on Saturday, September 12. All ages and skill levels are welcome and no registration is needed. You could save, what, 50 to 100 grand by not doing this?
Free open play, beginners lessons, adaptive pickleball, music, food trucks, and activities along the parkway, all on September 12th.
That's got to cost a pretty penny to do this.
Well, if you want to save some money, just cancel that nonsense.
Because you got to have the sawhorses come out to block the streets, and you got to have the cops,
food trucks,
and you got to, bang, bang,
So
boom.
production.
I don't think it's necessary to turn the street into a 20 pickleball courts. That might save you a few bucks. And then you won't have to, then the politicians can come up with better threats than the park board and the libraries. Because that's what they tend to do.
I played pickleball once.
I've not played it. My complaint about pickleball
Is what?
I really don't have any complaints about it. It looks
You put a lot of thought into it.
it looks fun, but it is loud. It's a loud sport.
Loud game.
Is it badminton with a ball?
Just a minute. What?
Oh, Christ.
And Pat doesn't like it because women giggle.
He calls it giggle ball.
Does the ball ever touch the ground?
Yes. It's very similar to tennis. It's just on a shorter.
It looks fun.
So the ball bounces like a tennis ball would.
Yes.
Pat, we can't hear you, and we're trying to do the show.
Jesus. Nothing will shut him up.
6:30 in the morning, giggling.
That's why they had to sell their place in Florida. There was
They had a
pickleball.
court next to him in Florida, and they're playing at 6:30 in the morning, and women were giggling, and that's why he sold his place
He's
in
trying
Florida.
to read his paper and eat his oatmeal, and they're giggling in the back.
There's nothing Pat hates more than fun.
Yes. Kenny points out there's nothing Pat hates more than fun.
No, he's talking to him in the other room.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Why?
Back
Can
and
I
forth.
go? Seriously.
Now I came unplugged.
Now,
Cafeteria
Joe
still
can't
open?
hear Rookie talking to Pat.
You
in the other
cannot
room.
stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
That was your mouse that hit
Hey,
the liner.
don't forget to join us
I
at the Minnesota State Fair 1 week from
You
Friday.
like this kind of chaos, you'll get more in person at the State Fair. Bring a soprano pup.
No, I want a gizmo.
There's been letters to the editor, I think in the Star Tribune, maybe in the St. Paul, maybe both. But they got a good point. People are saying, why can't some of these vendors at the fair offer smaller portions of things? Jesus. Now just calm down. Because, you go up to get some, I don't know what the hell you buy.
What do you buy?
You buy cheese curds and you get 4,000 of them.
Okay.
Or those cookies, Martha's cookies.
You get a bucket of
You
them
get
if you
a
want.
bucket. You get a bucket.
French
Why not-
fries, too.
Why not just, and these people are pointing out, which I think with great justification, why can't you sell me 5 Martha's cookies?
This sounds like socialism to me.
No, you're missing.
You're telling me that I can only have 5 cookies?
I'm not telling you what you
I
can
want
have.
I want a bucket of cookies.
Fine, the bucket would still be available. What
I
these
want a
people
pail of French fries.
Fine, you get a pail. What the people are suggesting is Could you offer me one, like a 5-cookie package?
He's trying to prorate
How about the corn
portions.
dog that makes you feel like you're watching a male porn movie?
Again, didn't hear that.
He said,
at
how
all.
about the corn dog that makes you feel like you're watching a male porn movie? He wants a smaller hot dog. That's
Well, you
fine
eat
too.
it, you don't lick it.
Right.
Well,
Some
just
people
an expression.
do. Well, there go there. There was,
Fucking quote Chevy Chase.
Good one, Rick.
may I?
Once again, join us next Friday.
May I? May I?
August 28th at the Minnesota State
May I?
Fair.
May I say that I think it's a wise idea.
Got it.
You know, you go to the Kate, who runs that?
Martha.
You go over there and you got a bucket. You can get the bucket for $12 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, you wish.
Is it more than $12?
That's the nice thing is it's
Yeah, it
real
is.
cheap to bring your kids to the state fair.
Okay, how about a paper boat?
How about a chow cone?
How about a paper boat with 5 cookies in it? You know, you
I
really
think
going to
they do
eat
that.
50 cookies?
I think you can get a small.
This
Yeah.
is
with a
this
little
is,
cone. Yeah.
This is the equivalent to saying 78 degrees is cold enough in the house.
Yeah, I wonder if I get the time in the town.
It is. It's and boy, it sure isn't helping the utility bill. I can't imagine what the bill would be if I followed what you guys do.
You know why that is?
Let me tell you something.
The bill gets increased by the system running. So if you keep it at a constant temp, it does less damage than going up and down.
You know what I love?
It is kept at a constant temp.
You know what I love about the Minnesota State Fair?
Here we go.
Being America's guest.
Well, you're good at that.
Yeah, it's
You're pretty good
you
at that.
come on out on a Friday night with me, and you'll
You
have
are
yourself a good
you
time.
are a freaking maestro when it comes to.
What do you want? Mozart in G major? I got it.
Only because they come to us all the way from Marloth Park, where they're not preparing for a state fair. They're preparing for the visitation of giraffes and hippos and all kinds of neat stuff, the traveling lions.
They're like a barn animal every day.
Right.
Yeah, they got people coming up and checking it out, and cows and
It was on this day.
giraffes, jackals.
Joe, today is August 17th.
Wow.
Well, on this day in 1862, five young Dakota men murdered the Baker family on a farm near Acton in Meeker County. Upon hearing this news, some Dakota leaders decided to launch a general attack on settler colonists near the Lower Sioux Agency, beginning the U.S.-Dakota War of 1862. On this day,
August 17th.
in 1946, I like this days in history. This days?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, Clem. This day in the days and histories. One histories.
On this day in 1946, a tornado killed 11 and injured 60 individuals in Mankato and North Mankato. Holy mackerel. And a second tornado injured 200 people in Wells an hour later. Because in 1946, you didn't have that advance warning.
Right.
You didn't have the warning. You didn't have radar on your phone.
That's right.
You know, back then.
You didn't even have a phone.
You had a landline maybe, but that didn't help. On this day in sports disappointment history.
Joe, who'd we lose to on August 17th?
Well, on this day in 2010, Brett Favre arrived.
Oh, man.
Now it says part 2. Did he arrive twice?
Yeah, because in 2009, that's when we had the Channel 5 chopper and you guys were doing the Benny Hill theme and all that. Then we had to go back.
2010?
We had to go back and get him to convince him to play one more year because he didn't want to come back.
And he shouldn't have, because he got a terrible concussion in 2010 at the Gopher Stadium.
And that was his last game.
When the field was essentially an ice rink.
Right.
Yeah.
And the roof caved in.
And he's probably not doing well.
No, he's not.
Because they all aren't going to do well in that game, because their heads are going to turn to mush.
Right.
On this day,
August 17th,
in 2017, the Twins struck out 19 times in 9 innings. Doesn't say who he played. On this day, in August 17th, the Twins struck out 19 times in 9 innings. Just like our man Byron Buxton struck out yesterday with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He struck out to end the game against the Phillies.
The Phils.
Yeah.
You know what that was? That was a bad loss.
It really
Tough
was.
loss.
You
Tough
were
one.
up. You were up. What? 4-0, 5-0,
Yeah, that was a
5-0?
tough one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wonder if that was the beginning of the end for the lads this year. They're still very close in the race for the wild card.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I'm usually an optimist for Minnesota teams like the Vikes, 17-0 I predicted, but Twins, I'm just not feeling an undefeated
does somebody want to
season.
tell me who the Twins played on August 17th, 2017 to strike out 19
The
times?
A's.
Was it the A's?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought John was looking it up.
I'm looking right now.
I bet it was Detroit or Chicago
Who was
or
big
Cleveland
in 2017?
or
Right. Just go down the list.
It was the Cleveland Indians.
Told you, Cleveland.
And
you said it.
oh, it doesn't have any stats.
Let
for
me
the
guess, it was
pitchers.
Bieber.
Was it here?
It was.
Never mind. Who cares?
It was after they went to the World Series, the old tribe. The Guardians. I
Thank
got
you,
the Guardians
GLers.
right here.
And mail me those emails. Explain to me the South Korean.
Let them know.
Do us a favor if you haven't done so already and hit the subscribe button on the Garage Logic YouTube channel where you can watch the show every single day starting at noon. You can also see full segments. There's video shorts, there's behind the scenes footage. Just search Garage Logic, that's 2 words, on YouTube, along with all of our social media channels. That includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And you can also sign up for the Daily Logician. That's an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day. And it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today online at garagelogic.com.